What's up, YouTube? Black Ice Frost XX here, coming to you with another deck profile. I've been seeing on a lot of YouTube channels and a lot of, I don't know, Facebook pages, I should say. A lot of people are asking about an Ice Barrier deck profile, and I thought it would be pretty cool to put one together, because these guys actually do have some potential. And I have played around with them and tinkered with the idea before, so I figured I'd share my thoughts and opinions on the deck type. So I'm just going to cover the deck and just a few, few cards for the extra deck that should be in there and ones that you might want to check out. So I'm going to start off with the deck. So let me scoot these to the side real quick. Alright. Start off with the monsters. We have one General Gantala of the Ice Barrier. And cover what he does real quick. It says, once per turn during the end phase, you can select one Ice Barrier monster in your graveyard and special summon it to the field. So, except for another Gantala of the Ice Barrier. So, this card is pretty much your end phase cleanup card. Like, he helps you set up for a defensive play on your opponent's turn. Compared to the other generals, this one's the best. By far. There's one that gives you an extra normal summon, but he's 2 tributes, and then General Raiho is like a magic drain in a way, but he's not really worth it. So you run 2 of this guy in here. And feel free to test this build out, guys. It's actually really solid. So, one Daisojo of the Ice Barrier. Daisojo is your big defender card. Daisojo reads, when this card is normal summoned or flip summoned, you can change it to defense position. Face-up Ice Barrier monsters you control cannot be destroyed by spell or trap card effects. Wow. Like, who wouldn't want that? And he's got 2200 defense to boot. So this card is great. I mean, I run him at 1 just because there's so many ways to get him out, and I'll cover it while we go through the deck profile. But this guy is one of your main protection cards. One Samurai of the Ice Barrier. This guy's okay. His effect is whenever he's changed to defense position, destroy him and draw a card. And, he's pretty good. I mean, he's an 1800, you summon him, and if he lives the next turn, you need a draw or something, you just go, oop, draw a card. So, he's okay. 2 Dancing Princess of the Ice Barrier. Dancing Princess is, once per turn, you can reveal Ice Barrier monsters in your hand and bounce, set spell and trap cards, an equal number of set spell and trap cards your opponent controls. So she's like the giant Trunade of the deck. I mean, she's pretty good. She's 1700, level 4 as well. Getting into our draw engine for this deck. The draw engine is 3 Strategist. This card is what keeps this deck moving. It says, once per turn, you can pitch an Ice Barrier monster from your hand to the graveyard to draw 1 card. So it's an even out card. You pitch one, you draw 1. And he also helps you set up your big plays, because you want to get stuff into your graveyard for a card that I'm going to cover that made this deck good here in a couple minutes. You pitch a card, you draw a card, helps you draw into answers. He's a 1600 level 4. And everything in this deck is water, by the way. So he's very good. 2 Defender of the Ice Barrier. This card is really good. You want to run this at least 2. 3 is too many. He is, while you control another face-up Ice Barrier monsters your opponent controls cannot declare an attack if their attack is greater than or equal to this card's defense. So anything with 1600 or more attack can't attack your monsters. But you can attack, which makes it good. And he's a level 3 tuner, which makes it even better. And his defense is pretty solid for a level 3. So that's pretty good card all in all. He helps you keep your stuff protected. And then when you're sitting on a Daisojo, he can't be killed by spell and trap card effects anyway. So you're sitting pretty good right there. So anything that's underneath 1600 defense, they can't destroy him. And anything that's over 1600, they can't attack. So it's pretty good. 1 Cryomancer of the Ice Barrier. This card reads, when you have another Ice Barrier monster, Gravity Bind. That's the simple play. He's a 1300, level 2 tuner. I wouldn't run this card at more than just one, especially since there's like Xyz running around. So at least Defender hits the Xyz, but this guy's still pretty good for, you know, some opening plays. Here's the card I was talking about, guys, that you use with Strategist for your opening plays. This guy came out in, I believe, Photon Shockwave? Yeah, Photon Shockwave. And he made Ice Barriers actually pretty decent. He is a level 2, 1000 attack, 400 defense. His name's Prior of the Ice Barrier. And it says, if you control a face-up Ice Barrier monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So therefore, he helps you get your Cryomancer and your Defender plays because you need another Ice Barrier out there, and it's really hard to do first turn. But this guy makes it pretty easy. Let me get back to this. You cannot special summon any level 5 or higher monsters the turn you use this effect. So, okay, I can't special summon any level 5 or higher, but I can still Exceed. And because they're ranks, they're not levels, and I can still, you know, go up to level 4 ones, but who cares? You cannot special summon any level 5 or higher monsters the turn you activate this effect. You can tribute this card to target one Ice Barrier monster in the graveyard except Prior of the Ice Barrier and special summon it. So here's the cool thing, guys. You can normal summon this guy and still get all of your special summons, or you can special summon this guy, gain effects, and bring back like an Ice Barrier if you want. So he's really flexible. He's a great card. And he's like a Monster Reborn every time you get him. So he's run at 3. Amazing. The next card is 1 Secret Guards of the Ice Barrier. This guy's pretty good, but only at 1. Face-up Ice Barrier monsters you control cannot be targeted by effects of your opponent's effect monsters. So that stops a lot of decent effects from going off. And he's a 1600 defense, so Defender makes him even better. So he's pretty good. He stops like Dark Arm Dragon, you know, anything that targets Brio, anything like that. So he's pretty good. 2 Effect Veiler just to shut off your opponent's effect plays, and level 1 tuner if you really want to use it for that. I'm going to get into the spells next. Spells are 3 Medallion of the Ice Barrier. 3 Medallion because it is an E-emergency call for the Ice Barriers. You can get any Ice Barrier from your deck to your hand regardless of level. It's absolutely amazing. Run 3. Pot of Duality. You're not always going to special summon with this deck, and it helps you get your answers quicker. 2 pot is all you need. 2 copies of Surface. A lot of people turn their noses to this card, but in this deck, it's amazing, especially since you have a lot of like lower level stuff, and you can abuse Prior with this card. You go normal summon Prior, pop, get back your Gantala or your Daisojo or something, and then you play this card, get him back again, and do it all over. It's amazing. Any level 3 or lower. For those of you that don't know, I'll read it. Target 1 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua type monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in face-up defense position. And Prior is, just so you guys know, he is an aqua. Just so you can see. And so are a lot of like the tuners and stuff for this deck. So 2 of these is good. 1 Salvage. Once again, you have a lot of stuff that's below 50. Your good cards are below 1500 or less. 1 copy of this, and you can return 2 Priors to your hand with this card. Amazing. Monster Reborn. Staple. Dark Hole. Nuke. Heavy Storm. Back Row Hate. Double MST. More back row hate. Just, you know, keep your opponent at bay with that back row. Going into traps, you're going to go into your protection traps here. You have 2-Dimensional Prison. D-Prison is just an amazing card this format, and definitely run it. It's, you know, banish your opponent's monsters. Who cares about destroying them? Just banish them. 2 copies of a card called Icebond. Icebond is from Photon Shockwave, Photon Shockwave. It's a rare. And this card is amazing in here since you run all water types. And it does piss people off. If you remember a card from, I think it was Invasion of Chaos called Stumbling, this card is just like Stumbling, except it's one-sided for your opponent. It goes, when a monster with an attribute other than water is normal or special summon, including face down face down summons, and you control a face up water monster. That summoned monster is changed to defense position. That's pretty good, I hear. Yeah. So, moving on. It's annoying. 2 Solemn Warning, staple. Judgment, staple. Torrential, monster nuke. Starlight Road, keep your stuff safe. Keep your back row safe, like your Ice Bomb, because that's going to keep your monsters alive long enough to burn off some of these plays. Starlight Road, it's overall good. I'm going to go over the extra deck real quick. Dewlauren, this guy's just basically a 6-star in here to go into to make higher monsters. And if you really need to, you can use his effect. Other than that, he's just whatever. Brio, everybody knows what Brio does. Brio is busted. And even in here, he's even more busted because Daisojo's effect does affect him, and so does Secret Soldiers to keep him safe. So it's disgusting in here. What's this one? Gungnir. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards from the 2 cards to the graveyard to select the same number of cards your opponent controls and destroy the selected cards. Overall, not bad. Trish, you can make him easily, and he's abusable in here. And as far as like some other Xseeds go, or some any other card, obviously you want to run a Stardust if you're running Starlight Road. I would check out Black Ray Lancer, a card from Photon Shockwave as well. Black Ray Lancer requires 2 level 3 water monsters to make, and obviously you have enough of them. Once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from this card to target a face-up monster on the field, negate that target's effects until the end phase. That's pretty good. You can also put in Zenmaines. You know, there's some level 2 ones, or rank 2 ones you can put in here. You could probably fit in Black Mist in here, honestly, with how many rank 2s or level 2s you run. Black Mist would be amazing in here. Other than that, that pretty much covers everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, please. And like I said, I saw this deck just being mentioned. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, do an Ice Barrier deck profile. Do an Ice Barrier deck profile. Well, I decided to take whoever was saying that and humor you a little bit, and here you have it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, comment, rate, subscribe, please. And I'll catch you guys next time. Also, remember, we are going to be doing anywhere from 10 boxes to a case of pack openings for Order of Chaos coming up within the next, I guess, week or so whenever the set's released. So, tune in, guys. I'll catch you later.